In the first video, I made kind of like an introduction review of the skimmer that I'm using, which is an Icecap K2 skimmer on a Reefer 450 tank. So I missed out a lot of very important details, some of which are what kind of motor it uses, how's the adjustment, and how's the performance. So starting off with the motor, it uses a C-chain motor, which is extremely quiet. So I've had this running already on my tank with life in the tank for about 2 weeks, maybe a little bit more. This thing is super quiet. Like I don't know if you guys can hear it, but it is very, very quiet, especially for a skimmer of this size. Some of the things that I really like about the skimmer is the adjustment portion of it. It's this knob right here. So the previous skimmer that I had was in eShops, and it had a little gray tube. Every tiny adjustment could make the skimmer go nuts. What's cool with this one is it's not very sensitive, so I could play with this thing pretty easily, and it doesn't make the skimmer overflow or anything like that. So the adjustments on this thing is very easy. Now, one of the things I don't like is the cup. The collection cup, although it's very big, that's a huge convenience. However, to get it off is a huge pain in the ass. What's happening is it doesn't twist off. You got to kind of pop this thing off by picking it up, and without using Vaseline on the O-ring, getting this thing off is essentially impossible. Now, another piece of the feature that this thing has, it has a silencer on there, and you can control the air intake. The air intake you control by using this little flimsy thing right here. Not really much of a fan, but it is there, and you could use it. In terms of higher end features, it uses titanium screws, and if you take a look at the bubble production, it brings it all the way down to the bottom. So in other words, this whole body fills up with bubbles. And in terms of collection of skimmate, again, it's still hard to tell. I don't have a lot of life in here, so I'm not generating a lot of waste. But all in all, my nitrates are remaining to be constant at just under 10. My phosphates .04, which is still pretty good. I'm not going up, I'm not going down. I guess the GFO is doing its job. Now, what else I can say about the skimmer is it uses a C-chain motor, and based on the research that I've made on the skimmer and from what I'm seeing, it's very similar to the Vertex line, except for the adjustment piece. The adjustment piece is really, really great. It's super easy to fine tune the skimmer, and it's extremely quiet. As for the quick update on the tank, 2 weeks in, I have a few corals in here. So the population is growing, and I'll see what kind of an update I could come up with in about 10 days.